What's up, everyone? It's day 9 of phase 1 of the Livehard program. I just finished my second workout of the day. I did my 45-minute outdoor workout, which once again consisted of a 35-pound ruck. I went 2.5 miles in the 45 minutes. It was a nice day here in North Texas, kind of just drizzling rain, calm, otherwise not really too windy. It's 44 degrees. It felt like it. I didn't layer up like I had been. So I still got a nice little sweat going. Starting to lean out decently compared to how I was when I started, about 220 right now. I started at like 226. So it's coming off slowly. I expect to probably get down to about 210 is my goal. This morning I woke up about 1 because of my sleep schedule. I didn't get home until almost 8 this morning. I worked overnight. Last night I worked from 6 to 6, but I'm driving an hour and a half each way to and from work. So I woke up and I did 45 minutes on my tread climber instead of having to spend time and drive to the gym. And so I did not get a weight training workout in, but I did my tread climber at my house, and then, which was about 500 calories burned. And then I ate and did my cold shower and took my progress picture and basically sat around for about 20 more minutes till it was time to go outside and do my outside workout. So I get both of those done in between being off work and at work. I'm not sure how long this job's gonna last. Last night was kind of a little bit more involved than it had been the last few nights. I've only been on this job since Saturday night, but and today, if you're watching this, it's Tuesday. So January 23rd, 2024. But yeah, that's why I'm out there for. It's to monitor everything while it's freezing and everything's messing up. So I had to do my job basically, which is no big deal. There was nothing I wasn't able to fix, but I didn't really get to, I don't know, have an easy night, I guess is what I'm saying. I'm trying to do a good job while trying to hold this schedule of doing this program. You gotta fit it both in. You can't just work really hard on your tasks for a program that you're doing to change your life. You have to also work hard at your job, which for me, I've always found that going to the gym, let's say I'm working nights and I wake up around noon or whatever, and then I go to the gym and hit the weights, I'm gonna put more into the weight session than I am gonna be at work, because that's more important to me, honestly, like if I'm being real. I would rather get a really good workout and obviously still put in the right amount of effort at work, but not to where, let's say if I'm working day shift and I wake up and I go straight to work, if I get off work and go to the gym, one, I'm not even gonna really wanna be going. And that's one of the problems I used to have in the past was I would work days, I would wake up, go to work, because I would be going to work at 4:30, so I wasn't gonna wake up at 2, which, I mean, if you really wanna achieve your goals, you have to, but I wasn't doing that back then. I would work my day shift 12 hours, sometimes still having to drive an hour to an hour and a half each way. And whenever I got back wherever I was staying after the long day like that, and it's 6 or 7 p.m., the last thing I wanted to do was go to the gym, and I wouldn't. I would go and get dinner and some beers or some liquor, and then just basically go to sleep right after that. And it was just a cycle of not getting anywhere. I was staying the same the way I looked, because it was kind of like I was just teetering on either going too far overboard on eating and drinking, but still having a decent like workout routine or even just working in general. It's physically labor, the job that I have in the oil field, especially back then, whenever I first started doing this work that I'm in. It's been 5 years on February 1st. The first 2.5 years or so, I was on drill outs, which is the completion side of like the drilling and gas industry. They'll drill, they'll frack, and then they'll do a drill out of the frack plugs. And then it goes to production, which is what I'm doing right now, which is really more or less like a pumper position where I'm just monitoring 2 wells and 3 compressors to make sure the compressors stay running and to make sure the oil loads get hauled off throughout the night and the tank levels stay good and the dumps working correctly and everything like that. If you know anything about flowback and well testing, you know what I'm talking about. But basically, I'm just babysitting a well, which It's one of the jobs that I've always heard of people getting, and I would never really get until recently. It's kind of been something that has came my way a little bit more, and it's also a position that I'm trying to get that's basically a full-time position for me, since it's more consistent than being a contractor, jumping from job to job, waiting for jobs, not knowing when the next job's going to be, waiting for whatever with the market and all this stuff. Whenever you're a pumper, you're taking care of wells that are already producing and have to be maintained no matter what. So that's like never ending. You don't have to wait for a new well to be drilled or fracked or any of that kind of stuff. These are already there and they're already in operation. So to me, that just seems like something that I want to get into now. I'm kind of tired of having to drive 6 hours to a job in New Mexico, or sometimes there may be a job in Wyoming. I haven't had to go on one yet, but it seems like Colorado and Wyoming are where it's busy right now. And I'll go wherever I have to go if I have to, if I need work. So I just don't want to, especially right now in Wyoming right now. I can only imagine. It sucks. So today, the main thing I want to talk about is how most of us, and me included, whenever we're having hard times and we're in this low frequency state, we tend to define ourselves as that person. We think that just because we're sad, everything's going to go bad, and the way that we look is how we're always going to look. In this situation that we're in, it's never going to end, and you may be broke and you don't know a way out of it, but you've always found a way out of it. And the way, compare that feeling when you're feeling depressed and at the bottom of the barrel, so to speak, compared to how you feel like right after you work out, or right after you accomplish something that you didn't want to do, but you know you needed to do it and it was hard. Most people don't know the satisfaction that comes from a long, hard day of work. Whenever you get done with a long day, hard day of work, and you lay your head down at night, you just feel, it's just so relaxing feeling. It's hard to explain. You'd have to just do it to understand it. And this doesn't have to be at your job. You can put a long, hard day at your house mowing. It doesn't have to be at your job. If you do something that's hard and it took effort and it took time and you did a good job and you're proud of yourself, that's the times when you have to define yourself. Ed Milet always talks about it's your habits, your rituals, and your routines that get you through your tough times. And that just makes sense, because if you're in a difficult time and you are negatively choosing things that are affecting you negatively, like drinking or eating out or just eating crap in general, just because you're, what do they call it? When you're sad eating or whatever, depressed eating. You're just doing that, or you're not working out because you basically don't have the motivation that you normally have whenever you're feeling good. If you keep defining yourself at those moments and not whenever you're proud of yourself, then you're always going to look for reasons to basically justify those feelings. You'll see something else and it'll just be a domino effect, and you'll constantly keep yourself in that position, and you won't ever pull yourself out of it until you basically have no other choice. So instead of getting to where you are at your last option, your best bet is to just control the things that you can, do your workouts, stay on top of your drinking your water, eating your healthy foods, because let's be real, there's so much crap in our foods nowadays that most people don't realize that are negatively affecting your mindset, your hormone levels, just so many things that are just out of whack just simply because you're eating fake food and processed foods and seed oils and whatever. Probably gonna get flagged for that, but just walking outside and you breathe in the air and they're spraying the skies. It's just constant just attack of chemicals and throwing off your hormones. So you have to take it upon yourself to control those things, watch what you're doing, and stay on top of it, and keep asking yourself, what you're doing, is this going to put me closer to my goal, or is this going to put me further away to my goal? And if it's going to push, you have to consciously ask yourself that. Every little decision, it could be as far as picking a food choice, or your workout routine, or the things that you listen to, or the things that you read, or the things that you decide to scroll and look at on your phone. Those things all play a role in how you are mentally. That's why certain things are there whenever you are scrolling. It's because it's just feeding into what you are basically constantly looking at. It's just propagating more and more into your brain. And all that does is it just spreads like a, the C word throughout your mind. You have to be able to take control of that and understand that you are not the person that you define yourself at in your lowest times. That's not you. That's a part of you that you have to overcome, and the part of you that you have to take control over, and tell yourself every day what you have to do, set goals. And whenever you tell yourself those things that you have to do, you do them. Because the more that you sit there and tell yourself, I need to eat right, I need to wake up early, I need to go to the gym, and you continually not do that, all that does is keep feeding that person, that low frequency person that doesn't think they can accomplish anything. It thinks that everybody else has traits that they don't have, and that you're not going to be able to make it because you weren't born with some special trait or talent. And that's just not true. Anybody can achieve anything. You just have to put your mind to it. You see people with no legs and one arm and no hand doing things that are just unbelievable and never complaining about it. They have one of the worst situations to live through that you could have but still be able to function, and they're pushing the limits. And you see those people, they're everywhere. They're people that came back from war with missing limbs, and they're doing incredible things. And you just have to quit telling yourself that story in your brain that you're a victim and that everybody else has something that you don't have, because none of that's true. You have to define yourself at your proudest moments when you're at a high frequency state. That's why whenever I do these videos, it's right after I do my outdoor workout. I feel good. I've been outside, I got fresh air. I have a good mindset. I've, cleared my head, everything. I pick something that I want to talk about that I can relate to because it's a problem that I've had to deal with. And a lot of these things that I talk about, if not all of them, I still deal with every day. It's not like just because you completed 75 hard or the whole year Live Hard program that you're just this winner, never have a hard decision, never feel bad. We all have losing moments. We all have losing seasons. We all have times where we're just don't feel like doing anything. We just want to lay in bed. But that's when you have to use your mental toughness, bring yourself out of those moments, and know that that's not you. And you're this person that's the person that you tell yourself that you wish you were. That's you. You're the badass that you wish you were. You're the person that you can imagine yourself looking like. You can achieve the thing that you want to get that's really expensive or whatever, the family, the spouse, the whatever it is, you can achieve that. You have what it takes. It doesn't matter what anybody tells you. All you have to do is believe in yourself and know that if you continually put in the work day after day, it may take years. It may take years. And most of the time it's going to take years. But you have to just know that down the road, as long as you keep putting in that work, you are going to reach your goal, and you're going to keep pushing that goal on even further and reassessing your what is important to you, your priorities, and just making yourself better and better and better. And that's just the whole point. And while you're doing that, the people around you are going to see the example that you're setting, the leadership that you've taken upon yourself, the way that you're the role model in their lives. And it's just, man, something about the feeling that you get whenever you do something. Like for me, this is just me, from me. When people tell me, man, because I used to be a loser, and I can say that for sure. And that's probably changed maybe in the last, I would say 4 years, probably 4 years. So I was 32 till I decided to not be a loser, basically. And it's just, whenever you have people in your life that see those things that you have changed in your lives. My friend Timmy, me and him used to just smoke weed all the time and hang out and talk about things that we wanted to do. We weren't really taking any action. And since then, this has been since that I was friends with him before that. Since then, both of us have taken action, gotten better paying jobs, have better mindsets, take better care of ourselves, just have a more independent, strong-minded character that we built, that we're proud of, that we can share with other people and get them to do the exact same thing or ask what you did. Because that's what it's all about, is helping other people get to their goals and to get out of their just negative mindsets. And that's just one example. I've had a lot. And it gets to where I'm still at the point where when somebody says something like that to me, it just, I don't know, I guess I'm just not used to it. So it's like, I'm still new to accepting it, basically, because like I said, I was a loser and I didn't have this winning mindset where I can put my mind towards something and achieve it. I didn't really understand how that works, where you visualize something and you put your hard work in, and it did take years. It took 2.5 years or so for me to move up in the job that I have to this better position that basically is less laborious, more money. And I worked harder for $8 an hour whenever I was 20 than I do for $50 an hour now. And it's just the effort that you put in building up to the person that you become has to be way more than what you expect to make. You're going to do a lot more, so that way in the future you can make a lot more while not necessarily having to do as much. That could be as far as having a position where you don't have to do as much, or being in a position where you have everybody underneath you doing the things that you need to be done, and that way you're helping that many more people. It's not about only making money. It's all about helping people and the journey along the way of the person that you become along the way. That's what matters. It's the money comes, the things come, whatever it is that you like, you can attain, and it doesn't necessarily have to be about that, but that could be your goal. The person that you build along the way is the prize. So I have about, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes and I need to hit the road. I got work, so my video schedule is a little bit off. Like yesterday's video didn't post till today. So if I post 2 videos in one day, just know that I'm still doing the tasks. I'm getting everything done in my time period that I'm supposed to get it done. Ed Milet had a very good podcast today. Go listen to that. He interviewed Andy Frisella, talking about how to build mental toughness, and it's very good. It was just something I was so excited whenever I was getting off work, and it was something I could listen to that took the entire time driving home, an hour and a half. And because basically I went to go listen or look to see if there was a Real AF episode for today, since usually there's one on Tuesdays, and I have Ed Milet saved also, so that was there. Went to it instead because I didn't see one for Real AF, and sure enough, Andy's right there. So that's why he doesn't have his episode out today. But go listen to that. If you don't know about the program of 75 Hard and if you're still questioning whether you should do it or not, the answer is yes. The answer is pick a diet and a book and a workout and just get started tomorrow. You can get the app. I think it's $4.99 one-time fee. You can mark off the days, put your progress pictures in there daily so that you can go back and look at it. Nobody else sees it. If you have problems picking workout routines or keeping up with your macros, you can get the First Form app. It's $12.99 a month. You can have your workout routines. You can talk to live coaches that are certified personal trainers. You can get workouts to do. You can have videos of each exercise that you may have questions about how to do. That's an option. Some people need personal trainers, but if you don't have the money for that, that's one way that everybody can come up with $12.99 or figure it out. And if you can't, there's plenty of information on the internet of how to do things and workouts and YouTube videos of how to pick a diet, or there's all kinds of information. You just have to be willing to find it, but definitely start the program. It's going to definitely change your life 100%, as long as you do it correctly with intent and with the knowledge that it's called 75 Hard because it's hard. It's not 75 easy, and it's not meant to make it easy. It's not meant to compromise and do something that fits your day. You can't the workouts have to be split apart. You can't combine them. Like I know some people that have done that. I know some people that have thought macaroni and cheese was part of their diet, and that's just not the case. You can't just be picking things. This isn't if it fits your macros. It's follow a diet. And yeah, you can have a certain macro that you want to hit for your calories for the day, your proteins and your fats and your carbs, but you don't need to be filling your carbs with macaroni and cheese, right? You can have a protein shake instead of 6 ounces of meat, or you can have whatever. You can change chicken to fish or fish to beef. That's not what's going to throw you off of your diet. What I'm talking about is you can't pick Pop-Tarts as your carb source for your meal just because it fits your 30 grams or your 40 grams of carbs for your meal. That's not what this is. That's not following a diet. That doesn't count. You're not going to get the progress that you expect to get. and you're not going to develop the mental toughness that you are wanting, the discipline the mindset that you are looking to change, which is the whole point of the program, isn't going to come the same way it would. If you hold your word to yourself, you do everything to a T. That's the whole point of it. That's the way that it works, the way that it's supposed to work. And you can feel yourself. I mean, you basically you stop putting up with crap. You see things for what they are. You see things that you would normally do, and you're disgusted by it. You are always asking yourself consciously, and with other people, is this going to push me further from my goal, or is it going to push me closer to my goal? And you know the answers to that. So whatever that is, you have to make those decisions. You can do it however you want it, but to get the most out of it and to be able to say you completed it and did it the right way, you just need to do it the way that it says. If you have to ask, then it's probably no. So it doesn't say drink a gallon of water or a gallon of tea because tea is made of water. It doesn't say that. It says drink a gallon of water. It says follow a diet. It doesn't say pick something that fits your macros diet. That's not what this is. And essentially that would be counting as cheating, because Pop-Tarts or whatever macaroni and cheese are not on a diet. And I know you could probably make some keto, carbless, whatever. That's not the point. Maybe you can, and maybe it'll fit your macros, but you're gonna get the most out of it by being strict, doing it militant style. It's called 75 Hard as the boot camp phase of the Live Hard program for a reason. It's meant to be a boot camp. You're meant to change yourself drastically. And if you don't know how to follow the program or what it's entailed of, you can go listen to episode 208 on the Real AF podcast with Andy Frisella and learn all about it. And like I've always said, pick your book, pick a diet, have that all lined up, and just start. Quit thinking about it. You know you want to do it. You know if you are watching something like this or you're watching Andy, you have that sense that you need to change some things in your life. Just start. There's no point in putting off any more time. The only thing that you're going to regret whenever you get done with it is the fact that you didn't do it sooner. So that's all I got for today. I appreciate everybody showing support and liking and subscribing and commenting. If you think that I need to work on something better, I know that sometimes I get rushed. I feel like I'm rushed in time. And so I start talking fast, or I get out of breath because I get nervous and I'm just sitting here talking to a phone. You just have to get used to these things. You're not going to be good at everything whenever you first start it. And yeah, I've been doing this for almost 100 videos now, but sometimes I just get anxious or whatever still. So I appreciate everybody showing support still. And if I can help you change your mindset, then that helps me in the same. So like I said, I appreciate everybody. I'll be back tomorrow for day 10. Peace.